Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Alumni Achievement Award Ceremony. I'm Anita, Rubino, 1983 graduate of the College of Science and Liberal Arts and chair of the Awards Committee. We are thrilled to continue the rich tradition of honoring our distinguished alumni this year in our first ever virtual ceremony. This award, given by the Alumni Association, is unique in that it is the alumni recognizing our fellow alums for outstanding achievements in their professional careers, community activities, and support of our alma mater, NJIT. Our process allows us to recognize the very talented and diverse group of graduates from the different colleges of the university and spans many of the graduating class years. I've had the privilege of chairing the committee for several years and would like to recognize my fellow committee members, Raymond Cassetta, Robert Rossi, Joseph Stanley, and Raymond Vicari. You'll be meeting them during the course of the ceremony as they introduce this year's awardees. We are pleased that you could join us today to recognize and honor the remarkable alumni who bring great pride to our university by their life and their work. I would like to present our first awardee and recipient of the Gen X Award, which recognizes more recent graduates for their early success in their careers. Paula Gutierrez is the Director of Diversity and Inclusion at Robert Wood Johnson University Hospital, Somerset, an affiliate of RWJ Barnabas Health, New Jersey's largest academic healthcare system. She received a Bachelor of Arts in Biology from NJIT in 2009 and a master's degree in Healthcare Administration from Seton Hall University in 2012. Over the past decade, Paula has been instrumental in RWJ Somerset's efforts to measurably improve the health of their community. In addition to her professional work, Paula also serves as a Civil Rights Commissioner for Bloomfield Township in New Jersey. As an adjunct professor at Seton Hall University School of Health and Medical Sciences, and sits on the New Jersey Governor's LGBTQ+ task force. In 2017, she received the Early Careerist Award from the American College of Healthcare Executives of New Jersey. She is a sought-after speaker and moderator on diversity and inclusion matters and enjoys mentoring emerging leaders as well as traveling and hiking with her dog. Please welcome Paula Gutierrez.
Thank you so much to NJIT and the NJIT Alumni Awards Committee for this incredible honor. I am honored, humbled, and overjoyed to have been selected to receive this award. And really a special thanks to my parents, my mom and dad, who have made most of my accomplishments possible, because without them, I wouldn't be where I am today. And really it was them that afforded me the incredible opportunity to go to NJIT. A special thanks also to my program advisor, Karen Roche. Karen has been an instrumental individual in really shaping my career, not just as a student, but also now as a healthcare professional. Her support, her knowledge, and just her guidance throughout my entire time at NJIT and even after have been very instrumental in my success. So Karen, thank you very much. I really enjoyed my time at NJIT, and some of my most fondest memories are around the friendships that I fostered. I fostered a lot of lifelong friendships that I still to this day have, and individuals that are friends and have become dear friends, but also even colleagues that I've connected along the way after my time at NJIT. So I certainly encourage the students to get involved, not just within the classroom, but extracurricular activities, because it's through those activities that you're able to foster a lot of partnerships and connections that will go on to last a lifetime. One of the other things that I have admired about the university is the fact that it is so diverse, and the diversity not just in the student body, but also in the faculty. And I believe that it was all of that exposure to different diverse individuals and communities and sectors that have really allowed me to be successful in my role, especially in my role now as a diversity officer. So please take advantage of that and get to know people that are different from you, that maybe don't speak the same language or believe in the same things that you do, because it really does help you along your professional career and even also in fostering some of those personal relationships. And lastly, what I would say is for the students, even after you graduate, please consider staying in touch with the university, whether it's supporting the university through speaking engagements or any type of monetary donations that you can, to really make sure that the university is able to continue and offer the incredible programs that it does, but also opportunities such as the one that I'm fortunate enough to be taking advantage of today. So thank you again to NJIT and the Alumni Awards Committee for this incredible honor.
Judy Donnelly, AIA, is the principal owner of Donnelly Architecture, LLC, an architectural firm that works on both residential and commercial projects. She received a Bachelor of Fine Arts in 1986 from Kane University and a Master's in Architecture in 1997 from NJIT. She received the Henry Adams AIA Award while at NJIT, along with several other awards. She also served as an adjunct teacher at Berkeley College of Business in Bergen County, New Jersey, where she taught drafting and AutoCAD for the interior design program. In 2010, Judy was elected president of the American Institute of Architects, the Newark and Suburban section of the AIA, in which she was in charge of the AIA membership for over 500 architects in New Jersey. She continues to be actively involved with the AIANS and serves as a trustee and building tour chairperson. Judy also serves the community with pro bono architectural services and other volunteer roles. She has served as a judge at the North Jersey Craftsman's Fair, a guest critic for County College of Morris Interior Design Program, a guest workshop instructor at the CCM Teen Arts Festival, and hosted a children's fort building event with architects at Rutherford Hall in Alamuchee, New Jersey. Please welcome Judy Donnelly.
Thank you. I am truly honored and humbled to receive the 2020 Alumni Achievement Award from NJIT. I'd like to thank my family, my friends, my colleagues, my bosses, my professors, and especially NJIT. My favorite memories at the School of Architecture were the all-night charrettes, where we graduate students as a group stayed up all night and worked together to accomplish the same goals of design excellence. NJIT influenced my life in more ways than I can say, in so many ways that I would have to write a book to be all-inclusive. One of my greatest accomplishments was receiving my Master's of Architecture from NJIT 23 years ago. Following graduation, I became a registered architect. Next, the sole principal of Donnelly Architecture, LLC. I have always been involved in the AIA, and in 2010, I became president of our local section, which is AIA Newark and Suburban Architects. Following that, in 2019, I became the president of AIA New Jersey. It was NJIT that gave me the confidence, the education, the preparation, the expertise that were all necessary to follow in this path. Today, I continue my work to make a difference in the world of architecture. My advice to NJIT students and to graduates of NJIT is to always pursue your dreams, work hard, stay true to yourself, stay true to others, join your professional organization, and most importantly, stay connected and support NJIT.
Donald J. Reefer is recognized as one of the leading figures in the fields of software engineering and management, with 40-plus years of progressive management experience in both industry and government. From 1993 to 1995, Mr. Reefer managed the Department of Defense Software Initiatives Office with the Defense Information Systems Agency. As part of this senior executive service assignment, he served as the director of the DoD Software Initiatives Office under the ASD C-31. He also served as director of the DoD Reuse Initiative and chief of the ADA Joint Program Office. Previously, while with TRW, Mr. Reefer served as Deputy Program Manager for their Global Positioning Satellite 4 and 5 efforts. While with the Aerospace Corporation, Mr. Reefer managed all of the software efforts related to the Space Transportation System, the Space Shuttle. Currently, as president of RCI, Mr. Reefer advises executives in Fortune 500 firms worldwide in the areas of software investment and improvement strategies. He is known for both his business and practical problem-solving skills. During the past 30 years, he has published over 100 software engineering and management papers and 10 books. His many awards include the Secretary of Defense's Medal for Outstanding Public Service, the NASA Exceptional Service Medal, the AIAA Software Engineering Award, the ISPA Fryman Award, and the DISA Service Award, membership in Who's Who in the West, and the Hughes Aircraft Company Fellowship. He received his BS in engineering from New Jersey Institute of Technology, his MS in Operations Research from USC, and the Certificate in Business Management from UCLA. Mr. Reefer's ties to the Alumni Association go way back. In his junior and senior years, he was resident manager of the then new Alumni Center. He got free room and board in exchange for being available and providing support to the board, staff, and alumni. By his own admission, he could not have made it financially without incurring large loans without that support. He also might not have gone on to his impressive professional career. It's my honor to introduce Mr. Donald J. Reefer of the class of 1969 and now an Alumni Achievement Awardee.
Thank you, Joe. It's a real pleasure to be here, and I'd like to thank NJIT for selecting me for this prestigious honor. Of course, I'd also like to thank my family and friends for their support. Without it, I basically couldn't have made it. As my bio highlights, my journey was a long one. As a first college grad of a working class family, I had a lot of handicaps to overcome. Besides the finances that Joe mentioned, these included developing the discipline I needed to face the challenges of college and succeed. The military before college helped me develop these skills and study habits. They also helped me with the confidence I needed to tackle the challenges. I'd like to thank NJIT for giving me the chance after 4 years of service of coming back, because I started right after high school and couldn't hack it. And then I joined the military, like many in my era, and found myself. Dr. and Dean House, who was Dean of Students, and I corresponded for a number of months, and he eased me into the college setting. And without his help, I wouldn't have got in. I'd also like to thank my fraternity, Alpha Sigma Mu, who was a veterans fraternity on campus at the time, and all my brothers who also mentored me and helped me get up to puff. Of course, hard work and dedication during my studies paid off, and as did a lot of long nights at the books. It was a very good journey at NJIT. The help I got from them, the grounding I got from them, really prepared me for my life in industry. But industry was also interesting. I got into the software field by happenstance. I was a Hughes Fellow in a rotation program, and I rotated in my first rotation to a software group. I loved the work so much, I stayed, and I excelled, and then I blossomed. My advice to you when you enter the world is take advantage of opportunities like I did. Take advantage of opportunities that the university offers as well. Remember, teamwork, communications, and the ability to work with your colleagues is just important as is the grounding. And I was mentored along these lines, and I got my degrees along these lines. so that I could take my engineering personality and make it into a broader and more management-based personality. I mentioned I have other degrees. These degrees also help prepare me. So don't forsake those other degrees, and do embrace the ability to form teams and to work with others, because that is what will make the difference when you enter the working world. Again, I'd like to thank everyone for this prestigious award. I am truly honored and humbled by the experience.
Hello, I want to introduce Kalpesh Kapadia, who received his MS degree from NJIT in 1997. The MS was in industrial engineering. When he came over from India as a student at 22 years old, he found out that he was lacking the ability to get a credit line, to get loans, which was very important for people, not only him, but family and friends. So somewhere after he graduated, he started a company to help people like himself out. And that company was Deserve Incorporated, and between 50 and 100,000 credit cards have been issued. 500 have been issued to NJIT students. So it really helps them, again, establish a credit line. He went into industry for 20 years in technology and finance industry. And as a matter of fact, in 2004, he was cited for the foremost analyst in all sectors by the Wall Street Journal. So it gives you an idea of his background and his abilities. He's also contributed in community service activities. He's a member and an active supporter of the Cato Institute, the Santa Fe Institute, Foundation for Excellence, and the American Himalaya Foundation. He also recently became an American citizen. Congratulations to Kalpesh Kapadia for winning the 2021 Distinguished Alumni Achievement Award.
Thank you, Ray. And I'm honored to be here to be receiving this year's Distinguished Alumni Award. I came to NJIT from Mumbai, India in 1995, July. And I came here to study my master's in industrial engineering. I'll still remember to this very date, my first week on campus. I went to orientation. I went to Career Center to look at what kind of jobs that were available, and then work backwards to take the courses that would prepare me to get those jobs. And what I learned in the first year at NJIT was that it's a superb program in the sense of preparing you for real life work, vocational education. Within 6 months, first of all, I got the scholarship to pay for my education and a stipend. So it was a tuition waiver and stipend, which was very generous of the college at the time. And I worked with two professors whom I want to personally thank, Dr. Reggie Cordell, who retired last year or year before from the business school. He was running Multi-Life Cycle Center. Dr. Laik Abdul Malek, they're both still there. Many of my professors who taught me are in industrial engineering, Dr. Das, Dr. Abdu, Dr. Bengu, they're all still there, which is amazing given I graduated some 25 years ago. After graduating from college, as Ray mentioned, many of my family members and friends have come from India to study, and they've faced this problem of establishing themselves financially from the standpoint of credit and loans and assimilating into the financial system. And over the years, I've been thinking about this problem, and in 2013, I decided to do something about it, and I started this company, Deserve. My experience early on at NJIT helped form that idea in my mind. And I have worked hard to get the company to a level where we have hundreds of thousands of customers across thousands of universities in America from hundreds of countries. And we also have a thriving B2B business where we power credit cards for companies and banks like Sallie Mae, Bank Mobile, a number of other partners that are in student loan refinance space. So we made quite a name for ourselves as a company. But it's important to note that the journey began at NJIT. And in that spirit, we have also partnered with NJIT to launch an affinity card, the co-branded card, both offered to students and alumni. In that partnership, we have also established a scholarship for deserving students and also help our alumni association. So it's important to note that we need to give back to the community and to my alma mater, and I'm really proud to have been associated and continue to be proud. Dr. Bloom and I have worked over the last 3 years to get me more involved in college, and I'm particularly excited about all the work that he has done in getting NJIT recognized as one of the top institutions for minorities, as well as for upward mobility. It maintains its roots as a vocational school, which serves the community and help students get the upward mobility through education. So that is very exciting, and congratulations to everyone at NJIT.
Hello. Today, I have the privilege and pleasure of introducing Thomas Gregorio, a 2008 graduate at the Martin Tuckman School of Management. That was Tom's first connection with the university. He saw what a quality place we are, and he decided right there and then that he would become a permanent part of it. A few years later, he actually joined at the New Jersey Innovation Institute, where he was the senior executive director of the healthcare division, doing a lot of work with hospitals throughout the state on record keeping and record sharing, wound up saving the New Jersey Medicare system about $200 million a year. He went up the street to University Hospital, but he didn't stop being connected. He has continued to work with us. He helped create the MTCU medical facility that's located on campus, where administration, faculty, staff, and students all get their COVID test. And most important, he's launched a Martin Tuckman School of Management EPIC internship program, where our students are currently working in healthcare technology management. I give you Tom Gregorio.
I'm extremely honored to be receiving the prestigious Alumni Award. I am earnestly grateful for the recognition I have received for my work, because I am very sure that every other nominee for this award was as capable, if not more, of winning it. I have faced several challenges on my way here, but each one of them has only strengthened me to make me the person I am today. A thorough professional, someone who sets his eyes on a goal and does not lose sight of it unless it is achieved. My relationship with NJIT started just prior to 2009. I was CIO of a large teaching hospital in Newark and used NJIT students for many years to help accomplish the goals of the organization and to try to build that next generation health IT professional. Many students spent time in my IT department, showed their talents, and either secured a job with me or somewhere else in the healthcare industry. In 2009, while pursuing an MBA in Management of Technology at the Martin Tuckman School of Management, I walked into Dr. Sebastian's office and presented him with the opportunity to apply for a multi-year federal grant to help physicians convert to electronic health records. At the time, we were able to secure a $23 million grant for over 5 years to help 7,000 physicians in the state of New Jersey to convert to electronic health records. The program was widely successful, first in the country, and while that program was in full swing, I worked in various roles in the industry that led me to become employee number one in NJIT. We launched a startup to be able to commercialize the products that were developed as part of our know-how and experience managing very successful programs. Programs that to this day are still in operation at the New Jersey Institute of Technology. And now, at this point in my career, I'm working in a living lab. I joined University Hospital as its Chief Innovation and Technology Officer on April 13th in the height of the pandemic. I went from working from home to going to a hospital with over 250 patients with COVID and a high double-digit number of ventilated patients, 11 of which being hospital employees that perished, all frontline heroes. Things have gotten better. We average over 30 patients a day with COVID in-house now, which is totally manageable and not unlike any other virus that we treat today. During this time, I have reorganized the technology department, instituted an innovation program for software companies to come, integrate into my living laboratory, simulated the M2CU unit with NJIT and UH medical staff, launched a new NJIT Tuckman School of Management, an EPIC internship program, very exciting opportunity to bring more healthcare technology management into School of Management. And finally, I want to thank the selection committee again for my selection. And I look forward to years of collaboration with the university that's given me so many opportunities and continues to do so for so many others as well.
Greetings from the Hillier College of Architecture and Design. I'm Branko Kolarevic, Dean of the College, and I'm proud to recognize my colleague, Professor Anthony Schumann, as the winner of the 2021 Robert W. Van Houten Award for Teaching Excellence. The Van Houten Award is based on a vote from the past 10 years of NJIT graduates. It is given to members of the NJIT faculty who have demonstrated teaching excellence and who have also made a positive, lasting impact on the lives of their former students. Anthony Schumann, known as Tony to all of us, has been a professor of architecture at NJIT for over 40 years. He served as undergraduate and graduate program director, and most recently as interim dean, as my predecessor. He teaches design studios and seminars focused on architecture's social dimension, and he played a key role in the university's focus on community engagement with the city of Newark. It is my honor to recognize Anthony Schumann with the 2021 Robert W. Van Houten Award for Teaching Excellence. Congratulations, Tony.
Greetings to NJIT alumni and any others who may be tuned into this broadcast. I want to say first and foremost that I'm deeply honored to receive an award for teaching, because after all, this is what I do. And it's a particular honor because the award comes from former students. And I'm both touched and honored, and I thank you. I thank first and foremost my students, past, present, and potentially future. I want to thank my colleagues at the College of Architecture and Design, and in particular the New Jersey School of Architecture, and my family, my wife Peg and my sons Sam and Zach, who have been a constant source of support through this career of mine. In thinking about my years of teaching, and it's over 40 years now at NJIT, one of the most pleasant memories that come to mind are the field trips that we've taken. We used to take 3-day trips with the entire third-year architecture class in a series of, in a van caravan provided by the university. We would go to Boston or Philadelphia or Baltimore or Washington, D.C., and we would spend 3 days walking around, looking at architecture, talking about the structure of the city. But it was a chance to mingle informally with faculty and students, and also faculty with each other. And I continued those field trips in some of my own classes, notably van trips to Toronto and to the Washington, D.C. area. And then finally just walking tours in Newark and New York City, where a role of a teacher is to help students learn to see. Looking is one thing, seeing is something quite different. I'd like to say also that NJIT had a very profound influence on my life, particularly when I really went all in and said, this is where I'm setting my roots down and where I'm going to stay. I moved to New Jersey, that was in 1996. And at that point, I got very involved with the city of Newark, which I have to say has enriched my life immeasurably. And I think brought a number of values to our students, both in the studios that we taught and in the entree it gives them to potential careers in Newark, where either as architects or working with city planning. I'd like to say, you know, I'm not in the business of giving advice. You are training for professional careers. If I have any advice, it's you need to look forward to going to work when you wake up in the morning. So when you pick a career, especially when you're lucky enough to choose among options, make sure it's something that you really enjoy doing. Secondly, in addition to your profession, you are citizens of the world. And I hope you will take seriously your responsibility to the world, take care of the planet, and fight injustice wherever you see it, whenever you see it. Finally, I'd like to say that one of the most meaningful aspects for me about my years at NJIT is that this is a public university. It is an opportunity university in the sense that students can come here and for a modest tuition, have a wonderful education. Last night, I was speaking with a student who graduated in 1986, and he was saying that he got a wonderful education here and graduated with no debt. Well, I know that a lot of our students today do incur some debt. Tuition's gone up, state aid has gone down. So my last pitch to you is that if you are able, if you are in a position to help current students at NJIT by contributing to a scholarship fund, that would be a wonderful way to honor the education that you received here. I was proud to be part of that. Thank you all very much.
By the time Albert Dorman graduated from Newark College of Engineering at the top of his class in 1945 with a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering, he had already served as president of the Student Council and editor of the yearbook. After serving in the Army Corps of Engineers, he started a small engineering consultancy in Hanford, California, where his rapidly growing recognition caught the attention of Walt Disney, who needed top talent to design and build Disneyland. In 1994, he was designated as the engineer of record for that famous project, and afterwards his career continued to grow, supported by a master's degree in civil engineering from the University of Southern California in 1962. What followed was a long and successful career in designing large infrastructure projects that led, in 1990, to his becoming the founding chairman of AECOM, which is today one of the world's largest fully integrated engineering and construction firms. He even found time in 1984 to be a torch-bearing relay runner in the 1984 Los Angeles Summer Olympics. In recognition of his many professional achievements, he was named both a Fellow of the American Institute of Architects and elected a member of the National Academy of Engineering in 1998. In 1985, the Honors College at NJIT was created under the leadership of President Saul Fenster, and in 1995, it was named the Albert Dorman Honors College, thanks to the very large endowment made by Dr. Dorman to the university. Today, NJIT's well-deserved international reputation as a top STEM university is due in no small part to Dr. Dorman's generous philanthropy. Dr. Albert Dorman, for his professional leadership and admirable service to NJIT and the community, is indeed worthy of recognition as an outstanding NJIT alumnus. I am honored and pleased to introduce Dr. Albert Dorman.
I have spent my entire career in the active practice of engineering and architecture, both in the trenches and in the command post. It has been my good fortune to have been involved with some of the largest projects in the world. A representative sampling would include mass transit systems in Baltimore and Los Angeles, the 5 billion electron-volt Fermi National Accelerator in Illinois, universities in Afghanistan and Saudi Arabia, transmigration studies in Indonesia, new cities in South America, farm-to-market roads in Central Africa, and the cleanup of waste in Antarctica, to name but a few. Almost invariably, these projects have been characterized by the intersection of technology with public policy. Our projects have involved dozens of engineering and scientific disciplines, as well as the social sciences, the humanities, and often the arts. I can personally confirm Warren Bennis's observation that, quote, the bigger the problem to be tackled, the more power is diffused and the more people have to be involved, end quote. And I can echo his plaintive plea, how do you get everybody into the act and still get some action? I give this emphasis of my background simply to explain the outlook I bring to my remarks today. All of us are shaped by our experiences, and you need to know of my experiences to understand the views I will be expressing. I've published 2 papers, fortunately both out of print, with some ideas and practical techniques for leading large interdisciplinary teams. Leadership is a difficult job, but I can assure you, not an impossible one. To paraphrase Carl Wills, the most important qualification for those who will move from science, engineering, and architecture to technical team leadership is being able to learn the difference between formulas and feelings. Learn, and more importantly, practice the skills of synthesis. Learn to manage controversy so that it may lead to consensus. Learn to meld strongly held, differing opinions into an action plan for the common good. Recognize our differences, but emphasize our similarities. Pay homage to our different beginnings, but concentrate on a preferred common ending. Will at least a few of you volunteer to learn how to coordinate and conciliate in order to reach agreed upon goals? To learn how to respect and work with disciplines other than your own, to work with congeries of other gifted individuals, to work with cultural outlooks completely different than yours. In other words, can I influence at least a few of you to choose a career as a specialist in managing specialties, to be an integrator, a synthesizer, or to use my word of choice, a unifier? Bob Erberu of the Times Mirror Company has said, "The uncommitted seek the uncomplicated and become numb to the unconscionable." Therefore, in addition to the few, I want to challenge all of you to become committed, to augment your technical skills with other skills, to make it a lifelong duty to help define and achieve important social as well as scientific goals, and to help inform the non-scientific segment of the body politic. I want to challenge all of you, regardless of the career you choose, to become unifiers. In 1782, the then very young United States of America adopted a motto for our Great Seal. The motto is E pluribus unum, out of many, one. As unifiers, E pluribus unum, out of many, let us create a great university. Out of many, let us create one great nation. And finally, E pluribus unum, out of many, let us create one great planet.